things that the officials are just getting the pool ready. So as soon as we are ready with the first whistle, we will be back and resume the live streaming. Okay, so in heat 1, in lane 3, we've got Sabrina Krieger, 4 Gemma Roman, 5 Thandi Bosman, and this is the girls 14 and over, 100 meter mannequin toe and tube. And they are off. So lane 3, Sabrina Krieger from Big Bay, lane 4, Gemma Roman from Kings Beach, and in lane 5, Thandi Bosman from East London. So these swimmers have got their tube and their rockets on. They will come through, swim the first 50 meters, touch the wall on the other side. We'll then see them get their mannequin, bring the tube around the mannequin, and then clip. So it looks like it is in lane 3, that's Sabrina Krieger, who did a 9.7 clip, and she is out in the lead, followed very closely by Gemma and Thandi. So out in front is Gemma Roman from Kings Beach. Got a lovely stroke. But we've got Sabrina Krieger from Big Bay, and it looks, oh, I don't want to call that. Looks like an unofficial time of a 1:14.20.
Commentary. Woohoo! And we have a body wave coming in, and they're all on the same wave. Let's see who bombs out.
Right, we're moving on to heat 2 of 9. The girls 14 and over, 100 meter mannequin toe and tube.
So they can be here as long as the mannequin, okay? And what is the purpose of that other red line? Is that like the full start line?
Right, so heat 2 have lined up. In lane 1 we have Husna Bonas from Seagulls. In lane 2 we have Asma Bonas, also from Seagulls. In lane 3 Abigail Kirkland from Big Bay. Lane 4, Emma Neetling from Fishhook. Lane 5, Zakina McQuinto from Summerstrand. Lane 6, Maria King from Woodridge. And in lane 7, Isabel Cook from Kings Beach. So each of the swimmers will have a handler on the opposite side of the pool. You can see on screen now the girls from the previous heat are just exiting the pool, and the handlers for each of the swimmers in the next heat will get hold of those mannequins so that the athletes are then able to clip.
That's why they put it there. That's why there's only touchbacks on certain ones. What is it? The clock that's coming. Yeah, check it.
All right, so we have the second heat almost ready.
They might be changing it now.
Lane 1 we have Husna Bonas Seagulls. Lane 2 Asma Bonas Seagulls. Lane 3 Abigail Kirkland from Big Bay. Lane 4 Emma Neetling from Fishhook. Lane 5 Zakina McQuinto from Summerstrand. 6 Maria King from Woodridge, and 7 Isabel Kung from Kings Beach.
Yeah. No, but there's so much
It looks like all the handlers are ready on the other side of the pool. So we should be able to start this race relatively shortly. There goes the whistle. And heat 2 is off. So in some of the later heats, you will see a lot of the swimmers will try and go the full 50 underwater with their tube. Out in front, it looks like lane 7. That's Isabel Kung from Kings Beach. But we also have lane 4. That is Emma Neertling from Fishhook. Came out in a 26.38. Let's see what her clip is. Clip of a 6.91. That's a relatively good clip. And she is leading the second heat. She's got a really nice stroke. Fins under the water. We've got Kings Beach coming in, Isabel as well. So in first place we are going to have Emma Neertling, lane 4 from Fishhook, an unofficial time of a 1:07.96. Second is lane 7, Isabel Kung from Kings Beach. And third place looks like it's going to be lane 6, and that's Maria King from Woodridge.
So I've got to work on that. Okay, thank you. You got no one?
Right, and that is the completion of heat 2. Right, in our next heat, heat 3, we have in lane 4 Sasha Lee Hemmons and lane 5 Horace Mills. Both of them have represented South Africa at various competitions, so it will be great to see how those two girls do. We're just waiting for the handlers to position the mannequins on the other side of the pool. And you can see now on screen, we've got all the athletes lined up, ready, putting their fins on, getting their tubes onto their backs, and just generally preparing for the next heat. Right, so in lane 1, we've got Jamie Schweitzer from Woodridge. In lane 2, Nicola Harkis. Nicola has also been on some of our national teams, so it'll be good to see how she goes. Nicola's from Fishhook Surf Lifesaving Club. In lane 3, we've got Samantha Wenzel from Summerstrand. Lane 4, Sasha Lee Hemmons from Rocks. Lane 5, Horace Mills from Fishhook. Lane 6, Rebecca Harcum from Summies. Lane 7, Myra Beduya from Summerstrand. And in lane 8, Abby Jones, East London Surf Lifesaving Club. Right, you'll see that all of the athletes dive in with the tube on their backs. Lane 3, Samantha Wenzel, I see as a no-show. And lane 3 is off. So lane 1 we have Jamie, lane 2 Nicola, lane 4 Sasha Lee, 5 Warris, 6 Rebecca, 7 Myra, and in lane 8 Abby. So out in front it looks like it's Sasha Lee, Hemmons. She's going out strong. We've also got, okay, let's see what Sasha comes in on. She's in on a 26.55. Very good clip, 3.96 clip. That is an excellent clip. And she is being chased by, it looks like Rebecca Arkham from Summerstrand. But out in front at the moment, we have Sasha Lee Hemmons from Rocks. Apologies, that is lane 2. That is Nicola Harkis from Fishhook. That is there in lane 2, giving Sash a bit of a run for her money. Right, so nice and easy, 107, 108. Okay, so Sash, I got on the times here, 106.70, a really good time for her. So that was the last of the unseeded heats. We had 3 heats of swimmers that were entered with no times. From now we move into the seeded heats, which means that swimmers had been entered with times. So again, we're just waiting for the athletes in heat 3 just to bring back their mannequins. For those of you that have just tuned in, you are watching the 2026 DHL South African Lifesaving Championships, the senior and junior pool competition being held here at Newton Park in Kaberga. Right, so in heat 4 of 9 of the girls 14 and over 100 meter mannequin toe and tube. In lane 1 we have Carly Vincenzi from Kings Beach, lane 2 Lele Gaduka from Mandela Dolphins, lane 3 Reese Noble from Clifton, lane 5 Angelia Stevenson from Mandeville, that was lane 4, lane 5 Kyla Allett from Clifton, lane 6 Caitlin Forward from Kings Beach, lane 7 Holly Smith from Fishhook, and in lane 8 Tegan Bremer from Summerstrand. Right, so out in front it looks like it's Tegan Bremer from Summerstrand and Holly Smith in lane 7 and in lane 8. Looks like Holly has taken over the lead for this event. But we also have Angie Stevenson in lane 4. Let's have a look at what their clip times are. Oh, that was really good clips. I think they were probably in the region of around 5 seconds or so, 6 seconds. Right, so out in front, it looks like we still have Holly, followed closely by Angie Stevenson from Mandeville Dolphins. Oh, it looks like it's Angie Stevenson from Mandela who's going to win this heat. In a really good time of 1:16.70. That's an unofficial time. Right, so this looks like a replay of the previous heat, heat 3. You will see that as the athletes touch the wall, their handlers let go of the mannequin so that the mannequin moves off the wall and they are able then to place the tube under the arms of the mani and then complete the clip. So we had first place Angie, and second place was Holly Smith, and third place was Lele from Mandela Dolphins. On screen now is Angie Stevenson from Mandela Dolphins. She's just brought her mannequin back in. In our next heat, heat 5, in lane 7, we've got Zante Nagel. She went to Commonwealth Championships last year, represented South Africa, and she also came with us to the Orange Cup, which was held in the Netherlands in Rotterdam, December last year. So she is one of our national athletes. Right, heat 5. In lane 1, we have Nicole Norman from Tux. In lane 2, Grace Holloway Mulder from Durban Surf. Lane 3, Imani Makhotsi from Clifton. Lane 4, Michaela White from Summerstrand. Lane 5, Sam Kors from Tux. Lane 6, Riziki Makhotsi from Clifton. Lane 7, Zante Nagel from Harty's Reflections. And in lane 8, we've got Gemma Blackburn from Clifton. We are on heat 5 of 9 of the girls 14 and over 100 meter mannequin toe and tube.
Agus, heat 7, 1 2, en de baan is 5 1 af. Okay.
So 26, 3.9 and a 36 back.
Okay, that was a good clip.
Brilliant clip.
Thanks. Been working on it. Okay. And I even like checked the rope, looked twice because I was like,
Yeah, Lily was pushing you a bit there to get on the block.
Oh yes, I know. But it's because I need some uppins on. I was like, just
Did you hold back a bit?
yeah, I
Got
did.
harder out tonight.
I think so. I'm hoping so. I don't know, like how much. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I'm excited to watch.
Okay. Thank you.
We'll take your splits again.
Right, we are starting heat 5. Lane 1, Nicole Norman from Tux. Lane 2, Grace Holloway Mulder from Durban. Lane 3, Imani Makotsi from Clifton. Lane 4, Michaela White from Summerstrand. Lane 5, Sam Kors from Tux. Lane 6, Rizitki Makotsi from Clifton. Lane 7, we've got Zante Nachel from Hearties. And in lane 8, Gemma Blackburn from Clifton.
Okay, thank you. So I can come get it from
I'm expecting Zante to go out in front there in lane 7. Looks like it's a bit of a battle between her and Gemma, 7 and 8. But we also have Michaela.
Okay, let me go warm down and then I'll come and
All
ride down.
right, so it looks like Zante got that clip in first. Didn't quite get her time, but Zante there in lane 7. She's off, being followed closely by Gemma Blackburn from Clifton. You can see Zante's got a really good kick. Those fins are under the water. As soon as those fins come out the water, you just get too much air going back into the down part of your kick, which then just slows you down a little bit. So for this heat, it's going to be Zante Nachel in a time of about a 1:15.24. Again, unofficial times. Look like Michaela White from Summerstrain came in second. Well done, ladies.
Pull it down. So what happens is sometimes some of them will try and pull there. So there's too much of it at the top and it makes it difficult. But if you pull it down, you're making it a lot easier here. Yeah. And then it leaves too much of it at the top, so it reduces the angle.
And then the
Right, so the pool is busy being cleared from heat 5. In picture there you see Zante from Hearties Reflections, the winner of that heat.
If you haven't clipped your full extended, your race is done there anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So now we have to get you clipping by the flag.
Yeah. That there would be too long. You just want to keep kicking and move it away. But watch the others. When the Germans come in, I'll show you as well which way she's in, and she should get that right, or they should get it right. Okay.
and then
Kenya, yeah. Okay.
thank you so much.
She did a fall this morning. I don't know what happened. Zante had a nice race now. No, I didn't get it. Because she didn't come first in. That's the last thing this is.
Right, so we are moving along to heat 6 of 9 of the girls 14 and over 100 meter mannequin toe and tube. Those of you that have just tuned into the live stream, welcome. The rules for this event are that the swimmers will start with fins. On screen now you can see some of the differences in fins that they use. It looks like most of them are using the Russians, which are not the carbon plated blades for for the fins are relatively easier to use. So the swimmers will start with fins, and they will have the tube on their back, as you can see on screen now. So a lot of them will start to do the whole 50 meter underwater with the tube, as you can see now. So the mannequins get clipped under the arms with the tube. And the objective here is to ensure that the mani doesn't slip under the tube and fall out, so that you land up just with your tube and no mani. Right, so we are ready for lane 6. Lane 1, we have Alexa Heldinger from Clifton. Lane 2, Caitlin Rossiter, Hearties. Lane 3, we have Louisa Waltermann from the German Lifesaving Association. Lane 4, Hayley Blewett from Hearties. Lane 5, Ellen Hodgkinson from Clifton. Lane 6, Emily Rolfe from Clifton. Lane 7, Shady Powell from Fishhook. And in lane 8, Chloe Jewell from Kings Beach. It's great that we have got some of our international competitors coming in. Lane 3, got Louisa Louisa Waltermann from the German Lifesaving Association. But it looks like it is Hearties Reflection. That's Hayley Blewett out in front at the moment, followed very, very closely by Louisa from the German Lifesaving Association. Out there in the yellow cap is Emily Rolfe from Clifton. As we come out a little bit more, it looks like it is going to be lane 2, Caitlin Rossiter from Hearties Reflections, in an official time of a 1:15. Well done to Caitlin. In the heats, what we've seen so far is that a lot of the swimmers have improved their entry times, which is always a good thing. So we should be having some faster times now going into the last couple of heats. On screen we see Hayley Blewett from Hearties. Hayley was in first, got that tube around the arms. And came in for an easy win of that heat. Right, in heat 7 we have in lane 1 Katja Bova-Olsen from Fishhook, lane 2 Jessie Allett from Clifton, lane 3 Amber Rose from Clifton. Amber went with the national team last year to participate in the Orange Cup.
We are calling for the Royals 100-meter mannequin, partially as first ball.
Apologies, I was just waiting for the announcements within the pool. In lane 4, we've got Kendra Du Toit from Mandela Dolphins. Kendra has represented South Africa on numerous occasions. Lane 5, Kendra Begley from Kings Beach, another national athlete. Lane 6, Kyra van Heerden, also a national athlete from Clifton. Lane 7, Casey Brewer, went to Orange Cup last year. She's from Clifton. And then in lane 8, we've got Megan Waters from Big Bay. Right, so you will see now that there are a lot more swimmers that will be going underwater. Some will do the full 50 meters underwater with their tube. That's Kendra coming up now. Kendra out in front from Mandela Dolphins, touching in a 24.82, 4.46 clip. And Kendra is on her way, followed very closely by lane 7. That was Casey Brewer from Clifton. It's out in front. We've got Kendra Du Toit from Mandela Dolphins. Just have a look and see what her final time is. Clear win for Kendra in a time, unofficial time of 1:03.40. Right, we've got 2 more heats of the girls 14 and over, 100 meter mannequin toe and tube. See the next heat is coming on to pool deck. Right, in the next heat, we've also got quite a few of our national swimmers. So in lane 1, we have Nicola Herbst from Summerstrand. In lane 2, Sydney Pinnock from Kings Beach. Lane 3, Renee Jabert went to Commonwealth last year with the national team, national lifesaving president's team. She's from Mandela Dolphins. Savannah Voigt, national team member from Clifton in lane 4. Tanya Peters, a former national athlete in lane 5 from Hearties. Lane 6, Janka Kron from German Lifesaving Association. Lane 7, Zoe Stain, member of the Orange Cup team that went to the Netherlands last year. She's from Hearties. And in lane 8, Isabel Brooker from Clifton Lifesaving. So out in front from Clifton, we have Savannah Voigt, who went out in a 25.52. struggling with her clip there, Savannah. Eventually got it right to 12.3. Right, I just think she might have just misplaced how that rope had gone around the mannequin, but she's fighting back there. Got Renee coming in strongly from Mandela Dolphins out there in lane 7. We've also got Zoe Stain from Hearties. So it looks like Savannah, Zoe and Renee Jabir. Who's going to get this? Oh, Savannah just out-touched Renee from Mandela Dolphins, and in lane 7 Zoe Stain from Hearties. This is a very technical race, so if you don't get that tube in the exact right position, it's very difficult then to make sure that that clip is done correctly. So Savannah just had a little bit of a blip there with the clip, but came back really, really well. So I'm sure she'll make up for that in the finals this evening.
So it's going to show you the replay of the lady taking the mannequin past the line. You can just speak about that.
Right, we're just having a look at a replay of the previous heat, that is heat 9. So Savannah came in, touched first, and you can see she just was struggling to get that clip done. The rules of this race say that the rope has to be fully extended before the 5 meter mark. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see whether Savannah got cleared or whether it was a DQ. It's a bit difficult to see from this perspective where she actually got that clip done. Pity for Savannah, but these things happen, unfortunately, especially with some of the more technical events. Right, so we are now moving on to the last heat of the girls 14 over 100 meter mannequin toe and tube. In heat 1, we've got Erin Langenhoven from Big Bay. Lane 2, Jessie Lee Landerach from Kings Beach. Lane 3, Grace Prince, Mandeville Dolphins. Lane 4, Anna Fiona Foltz, German Lifesaving Association. Lane 5, Amika De Jager from Clifton. Lane 6, Layla Nixon from Mandeville. Lane 7, Mia Kroch from Fishhook. And in lane 8, Daniela Harkis from Fishhook. So we have Erin in lane 1, Grace in lane 3, Amika lane 5, Layla in lane 6, and Daniela in lane 8 have all represented either the Lifesaving President's team or the South African National Lifesaving team. So Anna from German Lifesaving Association was out in a 24. And it looks like she's out in front, followed very closely by Grace Prince and Amika De Jager. Right out in front we have our international swimmer Anna Fiona Foltz from the German Lifesaving Association. Let's have a look and see. This is going to be a really good time. 101, must have been about a 104. That's just an unofficial time, followed by Grace Prince in second place, and in third place we have Amika De Jager from Clifton. So that concludes the girls 14 and over 100 meter mannequin toe and tube. We will now move on to the boys 14 and over 100 meter mannequin toe and tube. So there's just a little bit of a break between for the next heat, which is going to be the boys 14 and over 100 meter mannequin toe and tube. Those of you that have just tuned in, you are watching the 2026 DHL South African Lifesaving Championships. We are at the Newton Park swimming pool in sunny Kaberga, and we are on day one of these championships. Right, so welcome back to the 2026 DHL Lifesaving Championships. We are now moving on to Heat 1 of 9 of the boys 14 and over 100 meter mannequin tow and tube. In lane 1, we've got Jacobus Reynolds from Summerstrand. Lane 2, Callum Loftus, Summerstrand. Lane 3, Liam Hemp, Llandudno. Lane 4, Jared Bikeys from Seagulls. Lane 5, Rashid Rajal from Seagulls. Lane 6, Andrew Cornhill from Kings Beach. And in lane 7, Will Neal from Llandudno. So it looks like out in front is lane 7, that's Will Neal, out in at 29.66. Let's have a look and see what his clip is. Lane 3, we've got Liam Hemp from Llandudno. Looks like he had a relatively good clip. Went out first. So we've got Liam in lane 3, and then we also have in lane 7 Will Neal. Will, as I was explaining previously, if you don't get that tube right under the dummy or the mannequin's arms, then it tends to slip out. So unfortunately that happened to both boys. In lane 6, that's Andrew Cornell and Will Neal. Okay, but that was lane 3, Liam Hemp, in a time of a 1:16, again unofficial time. Looks like lane 4 also returned without the mannequin. Just means that when they came into the wall to do the clip, they didn't get the dummy, the mannequin straight and the tube under the arms. And if that doesn't happen, if the mannequin is slightly off center, or if they don't get their clip on the first or the second ring right, then what tends to happen is the mannequin just falls out of the tube as soon as the athlete picks up a little bit of speed. So here we see a replay of them going in. So that's lane 3, that's Liam Hemp. You can see his mannequin stayed within the tube, so that was a good swim from Liam from Llandudno. Well done. Moving on to Heat 2. In lane 1, we have Rashad Rajal from Seagulls. Lane 2, we have Vaclav Horak from Woodbridge. Lane 3, Leo Stone from Summerstrand. In lane 4, we have one of our national athletes and South African record holders, Aidan Bourneman from Tix. In lane 5, Corbin Oliver from Summerstrand. Lane 6, Riley Smith from Llandudno. Lane 7, Samuel Mocker from Fishhook, and in lane 8, Jared Foreign Cotton from Llandudno. This is the second of the unseeded heats. We're just waiting for the athletes to clear the pool before we start again. Right, so we are ready for heat 2 of 9 of the men's 14 and over 100 meter mannequin towing tube. Lane 1, Rashad Rajal from Seagulls. Lane 2, Vaclav Horak, Woodridge. Lane 3, Leo Stone, Summies. Lane 4, Aidan Borman, Tux. Lane 5, Corbin Oliver, Summerstrand. Lane 6, Riley Smith, Landadno. Lane 7, Samuel Mocker, Bishop. And in lane 8, Jake Farron Cotton from Landadno. Right, we see Aidan out there. As well as in lane 2, we've got Vaclav Horak. So Aidan and Vaclav in on about a 23 or so. See the clip? Yeah, Vaclav out with a good clip. Aidan there. Just checking, looking back just to check that his mannequin is still in the tube. We'll start bringing the legs in there. So it's between Vaclav Horak and Aidan Borman from Woodridge and from Tix respectively. Right, so winning this heat is Vaclav Horak from Woodridge. In second place is Aidan Borman from Tix. Third place is going to go to lane 7, which is Samuel Mocker from Fishhook. Followed closely by lane 6, which is Riley Smith from Landadno. Well done, Jen.
Yesterday and like before.
still muted. Am I still muted? Right, we are on heat 3 of the boys 14 and over 100 meter mannequin. So we don't have anyone in lane 1 and 2. In lane 3 we have Edward Ionscu from Hearties. Lane 4 Troy McWilliam from Clifton. Lane 5 Grayston September, Clifton. Lane 6 Joshua Stain from Hearties. Lane 7 Artwell and Corball from Summies. And in lane 8 we've got Hayden Hemmons from Rocks. So out in front we've got Hayden, went out in a 24.09. See what his clip is. Clip in a 6.89. And it looks like Hayden is on his way. Hayden is the husband of Sasha Lee. So it's great to have a husband and wife team competing at these championships. Hayden out in front. Just get his unofficial time. It'll be a 1:03.36. Second place in lane 4 will be Troy McWilliam from Clifton. And then we've got lane 5, Grayston September, also from Clifton, followed by lane 3, Edward Ionescu from Hearties. Right, we are moving on to heat 4 of 9 of the boys 14 and over 100 meter mannequin toe and tube. In lane 1 we have Michael Goodall from Clifton, lane 2 Ronan De Beer, Kings Beach, lane 3 Nathan Brown, Kings Beach, lane 4 Evan Neft, Fishhook, lane 5 Callan Compton from Big Bay, lane 6 Joseph Brading from Fishhook, lane 7 Shetner Reed from Kings Beach, and in lane 8 Idris Kamaldian from Fishhook. So it looks like Idris from Fishhook out in front, followed closely by Shenta and Joseph Brading from Kings Beach, Fishhook respectively. Let's see who goes in and touches first there. The 27.99 is lane 4, Evan Neff from Fishhook. But out there we've got Nathan Brown from Kings Beach as well, Joseph Brading and Callan Compton from Big Bay and Fishhook respectively. So out in front is lane 6. That is Joseph Brading from Fishhook. Followed very closely by Callan Compton from Big Bay. Lane 6, Joseph Brading. An unofficial time of 1:12.02. Well done. Right, in picture you have Evan Neft from Fishhook Surf, winner of that heat 4. Right, we are getting ready for heat 5 of 9 of the men's 14 and over 100 meter mannequin toe and tube. In lane 1 we have Noor Lombard, known for his prowess on the beach. He's from Clifton. Lane 2 Diego Jansen, Big Bay. Lane 3 Walk Low, Big Bay. Lane 5 Miguel Ruben van der Merwe, Harties. Lane 5 Tyne van Achtenberg, Clifton. Lane 6 Ron Faber from Harties. Lane 7 Piotr Touré from Clifton, and in lane 8 Yvonne Bapu from Mandela Golf. So first one out there was in a 26.3. Have a look at what their clips are. That was a really good clip from lane 6. Piotr Tui from Clifton Lifesaving. in lane 7. Let's just see. Kyoto still out in front there, followed by Navan, Miguel from Hearties. It looks like the winner there is going to be Kyoto to Hui in an unofficial time of 109.70. Kyoto's from Clifton. Well done.
Can I ride up?
But it's the 3 seconds. Okay. Who else did I want? Who else we got? Sorry. My bad.
Right, we're moving on to heat 6 of 9 of the boys 14 and over 100 meter mannequin toe and tube. In lane 1 we have Praneet Kumar from Big Bay. Lane 2, Grant Neff from Fishhook. Lane 3, Len Douglas McKay, former national team member from Kings Beach. Lane 4, Wade Bjerkes from Fishhook. Lane 5, Leon Dupper from Summies. Lane 6, Kalen McIntyre from Mandela Dolphins. Lane 7, Christian van Heerden, Clifton, and in lane 8, Zach Sampson from Clifton. So out in front we've got Zach Sampson from Clifton. Len Douglas there in lane 3, out in a 23.76. Let's see what his clip is. 4.82, and then there goes Len. It looks like most of the men in this heat had relatively good clips. So it's Len Douglas out in front, followed by the 2 Clifton boys in lane 7 and 8. Kalen McIntyre from Mandela Dolphins also in the mix there, but in first place in a time of 58.85, unofficial. Got Len Douglas McKay from Kings Beach in lane 3. And it was the 2 Clifton boys in lane 8, Zach Sampson and Christian Van Heerden in lane 7, followed by Callan McIntyre in lane 6 from Mandela Dolphins. Well done there.
And can I also ask you a question?
Who's doing line four? I haven't done line four, like, at all. Okay. So who's throwing and who's kicking? Cool.
Right, we're moving on to heat 7 of 9. Lane 1, we've got Jaden Allett from Clifton. Lane 2, AJ Brits from Mandela Dolphins. Lane 3, Jan Lucas van der Westhuizen from Big Bay. Lane 4, Risi Tagata from Nishihama Surf Lifesaving Club. I think that is one of our overseas competitors from Japan. Welcome to them. In lane 5, Matthew Consente from Clifton. Lane 7, Liam Schweitzer from Summies. Lane 8, Luca Basson from Clifton. And in lane 8, Bart Brewer from Clifton. He was our manager for the Orange Cup last year. So in first place, that was Luca Basson. Lane 7, out in a 29, had a 6.58 clip. Right, so out in front we've got, looks like in lane 5, that is Matthew Patente from Clifton. Coming back now next to him from Summerstrand, we've got Liam Schweitzer. So between those two boys, both of them have represented South Africa at various teams. In lane 5, first place, Matthew Patente in a 1 minute .29 unofficial time. Good time from him.
That's good luck, eh? Like how? In my head. Like how? was just so nervous. I didn't know what to do myself.
Okay, I thought she left his head in Wales.
Because honest, I've been training for open water, not open water, my open water. There we go, you can take it. Obviously, you can see, this is so cool, this is so beautiful. Yeah, but like, how is it not time over? That's what we're doing. That's the thing. What the fuck for you? There was on the fuck there. I don't know. Anyway. See you later.
Right, we're moving on to the penultimate heat of the men's 14 and over 100 meter mannequin toe and tube. In lane 1, we've got Matthew Brading from Fishhook. Lane 2, Stephen Waters, Big Bay. Lane 3, Jack Allett, Clifton. Lane 4, Daniel Miller, Clifton. Lane 5, So Komatsu from Tateyama's Surf Lifesaving Club, one of our competitors from Japan. Damien Angel from Summerstrand in lane 6. Lane 7, Caleb Jansen from Big Bay. And in lane 8, Daniel Monahan from Durban Surf. Out in front we have got Big Bay, that is Stephen Waters in a time of a 23.50. Let's have a look at his clippers, 5.5. There goes Stephen, followed closely by Jack Allett from Clifton. Both boys went with us to Orange Cup last year in the Netherlands and did very well there. They're battling it out in this heat for first and second. In lane 4, we've also got Daniel Mulder from Clifton. It looks like it's going to be Daniel Miller in a unofficial time of 59.82. Really good time there from Daniel from Clifton.
But I lose so much time. I love it when I expect. But let's say my fuck up is my first 30, 40 meters. It's like live. First 30, 40 meters. Like I can't be underwater. I'm so slow. So Marston, I'm just going to come up high. Where's the link? Is this just live on YouTube? Where's the link?
Right, we are now heading into the final heat of the boys 14 and over 100 meter mannequin tow and tube. You see the competitors getting ready there. In lane 1 we've got Kian Blanche from Clifton. In lane 2 Johan Norman from Kings Beach. In lane 3 we've got Matthew Brooker. Both Johan and Matthew have been on our various life-saving teams. Lane 5 we've got Aidan Mills, also a member of our Protea team. Mario van Niekerk, former World Masters record holder. Also an athlete that's represented South Africa at the World Games. He's swimming in the open competition, but will also swim in the Masters. See what Barrio can do there. Then we've also got Connor Bagley from Kings Beach, Marnitz van den Berg from Mandela Dolphins, and then Yoshito Tabata from Nishihama Surf Lifesaving Club from Japan, another one of our international competitors.
I'm looking all over.
Right, we're on the penultimate, the final heat, excuse me, of the boys 14 and over 100 meter mannequin toe and tube. Lane 1, Kian from Clifton. Lane 2, Johan, Kings Beach. Lane 3, Matthew Booker, Clifton. Lane 4, Aidan Mills, Tux. Lane 5, Barrio Vaneko, Hearties. Lane 6, Connor Bagley from Kings Beach. Lane 7, Monotona Berg from Mandible Dolphins. And in lane 8, Yusha Tabata from Nishiyama. You will see that there are a lot of these swimmers that will go the whole way underwater, or virtually the whole way underwater. So out there in front is Aidan Mills from Tux in a time of 21.36 for his first 50, 5.65 for his clip. Being taken over there by Matthew Brooker from Clifton. In front, it's a battle between Aidan Mills from Tux and Matthew Brooker from Clifton. Looks like Aidan is going to take that, yes, in an unofficial time of 55.26. It's a good heat time from him. Well done. Right, so that concludes the first event of the 2026 DHL South African Lifesaving Pool Championships. We'll take a small break now as we get ready for the next event, which is going to be the ladies and men's 200 meter obstacle.
I've just been very sick lately. I was in hospital. But it's fine, I'm fine now. It was just infections. So yes. No rest, but I can't do it now. So it's not great. When I went to the hospital, my funny doctor was doing wrapped. And it's worse there because it echoes there. Let's go outside.
first is Tandy Bosman and the time is 35.80. So in this event, the swimmers navigate 2 obstacles for each 50 meters, where they need to go back down under the obstacle and come up and continue swimming. Let's have a look at who's coming on first. Looks like it's in lane 6, that is Bellamy Mossy from Kings Bay. Lane 1, Tandy Bosman turned in a 38.33 and 114. So out in front we still have Tandy Bosman, followed by Jenna Roman from Kings Beach. Oh, right. So in first place here in a time of 2:31, we have lane 1, that's Tandy Bosman. We're doing overhead starts. So in heat 2, we have in lane 1 Hannah Burke from Clifton, lane 2 Sydney Pinnock from Kings Beach, in lane 3 Abby Jones from East London, in lane 4 Imani Makhotsi from Clifton, lane 5 Madison Alberts from Pirates, lane 6 Jessie Lee Ladegard from Kings Beach, in lane 7 Emir Neertling from Fishhook, and in lane 8 Isabel Kuhn from Kings Beach. Out in front there we've got Kings Beach, I think that's Jessie Lee. Got Kings Beach, Emma Neertling from Fishhook and Isabel Kuhn from Kings Beach. They're in lane 6, 7 and 8. But we also got Sydney Pinnock from Kings Beach as well as Hannah Burke from Clifton. Hannah Burke, Clifton. That was Jessie Lee from Kings Beach, was out in a 34.84. So see who comes in first here. We've got Jessie Lee from Kings Beach, Emma Neertling from Fishhook. She's got good streamlining coming out of the... So in lane 6, we've got Jessie Lee Ladegard from Kings Beach, followed very closely, lane 5, that's Emma Neertling from Fishhook, and then Isabel Kuhn from Kings Beach. Alright, so out in front at the moment is Jessie Lee Ladegard, excuse my pronunciation, from Kings Beach. She turns in a 38.47. Followed closely lane 5, that is Madison Alberts from Pirates. And then we still have Hannah Burke from Clifton. But out in front we have got Jessie Lee from Kings Beach in lane 6. And she's going to take that in a 2:24 unofficial time. Came back at last 50 in a 36.08. Followed by Emma Nietling from, Madison Alberts from Pirates. Right, next 3. We've got heat 3 of 8. Lane 1, Nicola Harkis. Lane 2, Sasha Lee Hemmans from Rocks. Lane 3, Sam Kors from Tux. Lane 4, Nicole Norman, Tux. Lane 5, Charlone Como from Mandeville Dolphins. Lane 6, Caitlin Forward, Kings Beach. Lane 7, Morris Mills Fishhook. And in lane 8, Georgia Stone from Summies. Right, let's see. I'm expecting a battle between Nicola Harkis and Sasha Lee Hemmans. Both national athletes, both been on our national teams. Out in front we have Nicola Harkis. Let's see what she turns in, and followed very closely by Sasha. So that is a 32. Sasha was probably about a 33 or so going out. So we've got Nicola Harkis and Sasha Lee Hemmans from Fishhook and Rocks respectively. Right, so we've got Nicholas Harkis. In lane 7, we also have Warris Mills, also from Fishhook. Warris setting out a nice time over there in lane 7. So we've got Warris in lane 7 from Fishhook, Nicola Harkis in lane 1 from Fishhook, and Sasha Lee Hemmans from Rocks. Right, so still out in front, we've got Nicola Harkis, followed by Warris Mills in lane 7 and Sasha Lee Hemmans from Rocks in lane 2. But out in front, we've got Nicola Harkis at the moment and Warris Mills, both from Fishhook. It's going to be Nicola Harkis from Fishhook to win this heat. An official time of 2:20. Followed very closely between Sasha Lee Hemmans and Warris Mills in lane 2 and lane 7. Right, we are getting ready for heat 4 of the girls 14 and over 200 meter obstacle. In lane 1 we have Emily Rolfe from Clifton. Lane 2 Kyla Allett from Clifton. Lane 3 Chloe Joel from Kings Beach. Lane 4 we got Louisa Walterman from Delaguerre, that is the German Lifesaving Club. In lane 5 Gemma Blackburn from Clifton. Lane 6 Angie Stevenson from Mandela Dolphins. Lane 7 Sakina McQuinto from Summies, and then in lane 8 Amber Roseberry from Clifton. And they off. Right, so out in front it looks like it is Amber Roseberry, who travelled with us to Orange Cup last year. She's from Clifton. Out in front at the moment, followed very closely by lane 4. That's Louisa Walterman from the German Lifesaving Clubs. That was a 37 that Louisa turned in. You see Amber Roseberry out in lane 8 from Clifton Surf. Doing nicely there on the second length here. But out in front we've got Louisa Walterman from the German club. Louisa is going to be turning in around about a 1:19, followed very closely by Gemma Blackburn from Clifton. Right, so it looks like it's Louisa Walterman from the German Lifesaving Club out in front at the moment, followed closely by Chloe Joel from Kings Beach. As well as Kyla Allett from Clifton. It's going to be Louisa Walterman from Germany out in front, followed closely by lane 3, Chloe Joel, Kings Beach. And then we've got Clifton in lane 5, Gemma Blackburn, as well as Kayla Allett in lane 2. And then out in lane 8 we still have Amber Roseberry. Right, so last 12.5 meters, Louisa Walterman from German Lifesaving Club. Lane 4 in a time of 2:07. No, sorry, a 2:50. Apologies. Right, and in lane 7 we've got Sakina McQuinto from the Summies just coming in. Moving on to heat 5. In lane 1 we've got, no, we don't have anybody. Lane 2 Grace Prince from Mandela Dolphins. Lane 3 Jessie Allett, Clifton. Lane 4 Nicola Herbst, Summies. Lane 5 Tegan Brenner, Summies. Lane 6 Zoe Stain Harties. Lane 7 Megan Waters from Big Bay, and in lane 8 Rebecca Harkham from Summerstrand. So out in front at this point in time we've got Zoe Stain, followed closely by Megan Waters from Big Bay, Rebecca Harkham from Summerstrand also out there in lane 8. And we've got Grace Prince in lane 2 from Mandela Dolphins. Let's see who turns here. It's going to be lane 4. That's Megan Herbst from Summerstrand out in a 35. So we've got Grace Prince in lane 2, Mandible Dolphins, Nicola Herbst from Summerstrand, as well as Jessie Allett from Clifton. Just out of camera, we've also got Rebecca Harkham from Summies in lane 8, Zoe Stain in lane 6 from Hearties. And let's see who turns first here. It's going to be lane 4. That's Nicola Herbst from Summerstrand, turning out in a 37, followed by Zoe Stain. And then we have Jessie Allett and Grace Prince. Right. Out in front is Nicola Herbst from Summerstrand. Nicola going out hard there, followed very closely by Zoe Stain from Hearties Reflections in the multicolored cap. She's in lane 6. Out in front at the moment, we've got Nicola Herbst from Summerstrand, turning in a 40.33. So we still have Nicola out in front, followed closely by Zoe Stain in lane 6 from Hearties. And then we've got Jessie Allett and Grace Prince. So out in front, winning this heat. 2:32 from Tegan Bremer. Right, we're ready for the next heat. Heat 6. We've got lane 1, Katia Belva Olsen, Fishhook. Lane 2, Haley Blewett, Hearties. Lane 3, Zante Nachel, Hearties. Lane 4, Kendra Begley, Kings Beach. Lane 5, Joanna Bodenberg from Germany. Lane 6, Riziki Machotsi from Clifton. Lane 7, Tanya Peterson, Hearties. And in lane 8, Isabella Brooker from Clifton. Out in front, it looks like it is Isabella Brooker from Clifton out in lane 8. It's possibly going to turn first. It's lane 4, Kendra Begley in a 34 from Kings Beach. So it's between Kendra and Zante Nachel, both of whom have represented South Africa in international competition. So Kendra still out in front. So lane 4, Kendra Begley is going to turn in a 37.14, followed very closely by Zante Nachel from Hearties. Kendra's still out there. Kendra Begley from Kings Beach. Followed closely in lane 3, we've got Zante Nachel from Hearties. Right, so Kendra out in a 38.7 for her third length. It's between Kendra Begley from Kings Beach and Zante Nachel from Hearties Reflections. Kendra Begley, Zante putting in a bit of a sprint, and oh my goodness, that is a awesome finish. 2:28.07. There was nothing to tell between who won that. So 2:28.07, again unofficial times. At lane 7, in heat 7, lane 1, Leila Nixon, lane 2, Cassie Bruvet, lane 3, Morgan Goos, lane 4, Cara van Heerden, lane 5, Sienna Goos, lane 6, Kendra Dutoy, lane 7, Janka Kroon, and in lane 8, Alexa Heldinger. Right, so we've got Cara van Heerden from Clifton in lane 4, Sienna Goos from Summies, and Kendra Dutoy from Mandela Dolphins with the 3 fastest times in this heat. And let's see who's going to turn first. It's going to be lane 5, Sienna Goos from Summerstrand in a 33.81. Followed very closely by Cara van Heerden from Clifton and Kendra Dutoy, Mandela Dolphins. Right, so we still have in lane 4. Lane 5, Sienna Goos from Summerstrand, followed very closely by Kendra Dutoy and Cara van Heerden. Right, so out in front, looking strong there is Sienna Goos from Summerstrand. Next to her is Cara van Heerden from Clifton. And we've got Kendra Dutoy also in the mix there, but it's going to be lane 5, Sienna Goos out in front very comfortably, followed by Cara van Heerden from Clifton. And we also have Megan Goos from Summerstrand. Right, so lane 5, Sienna Goos from Summies is going to win this. In an unofficial time of 2:25. Good swims there from the ladies. Right, we are moving on to the final heat of the women's 14 and over 200 meter obstacle. Lane 1, we've got Reese Noble from Clifton. Lane 2, Erin Langenhoven from Big Bay. Erin has represented South Africa in international competitions. We've got Michaela White from Summerstrand. Lane 4, Yvonne Pren from Germany. Lane 5, Mara Baduya from Summerstrand. Lane 6, Daniela Harkes, Fishhook. Lane 7, Caitlin Rossiter, Hearties. And in lane 8, Mia Kroch from Fishhook. The final heat. Right, so it looks like lane 5, that's Mara Baduya from Summerstrand. It's going to be lane 4 that tumbles first. Yvonne Pren from Germany in a 32.0. So Germany out in front, that's Yvonne Pren in lane 4. Followed by Mara Baduya from Summerstrand. turning in our 34, so that was a 106. It's one of our international competitors from Germany. It's great to have them here scoping out the scene for Worlds, which will be held in this pool towards the end of the year. Something we are all looking forward to. Right, so it's lane 4, Yvonne Pren from Germany. Turning in a 35.60. Myra Beduya from Samis, second place there. Right, so winning this will be Yvonne Pren from Germany in an unofficial time of 2:15.84. In second place is lane 5, Myra Beduya from Summerstrand in a 2:22. And in third place, Erin Langenhoven, lane 2 from Big Bay. It's a great swim from the ladies, well done. Right, we're moving on to the men's 14 and over 200-meter obstacle. Right, the men's 14 and over 200-meter obstacle, heat 1 of 9. In lane 1, Inderes Kamaldeen van Fishhoek. Lane 2, Tristan de Klerk, Kings Beach. Lane 3, Callum Loftus from the Summerstrand. Lane 4, Jared Cole, Fishhoek. Lane 5, David Joshua Marcotta from Woodridge. Lane 6, Andrew Cornhill, Kings Beach. Lane 7, Luca Hamlet, Woodridge. Lane 7, Jacobus Reynolds, Summerstrand. Right, so lane 4 turns in a 35.07. That is Jared Cole from Fishhoek. So Jared's still out there leading this heat. It's followed closely by Tristan de Klerk. No, apologies. That's Luca Hamlet from Woodridge. It's going through the first 100 in a 1:16 is lane 4. There's Jared Cole from Fishhoek. Jared's still out in front. His last 50 was a 41.0. Jared's third 50 is going to be a 42.50. Now let's see what he can do to bring it back. Jared's still out in front. It's Jared Cole from Fishhoek. under the last obstacle in the pool. Coming back to touch in an unofficial time of 2:38.72. His last 50 was a 40.11. And then we have Luca Hamlet from Woodridge coming in second place in lane 7. And then David Joshua Marcotta, also from Woodridge. At our next heat, Heat 2. Lane 1, Nicholas Pretorius, Kings Beach. Lane 2, Cade Klinkert, Woodridge. Lane 3, Vaclav Horek, Woodridge. Lane 5, Hayden Hemmons, Rocks. Lane 6, Corbin Olivier, Summies. Lane 6, Leo Stone, Summies. Lane 7, Daniel Moynihan from Durban Surf. And lane 8, Daniel Putkita from Woodridge. Right, so we don't have anyone in lane 5. That's Corbin Olivier. It's out. Right, so we have Nicholas Pretorius in lane 1 from Kings Beach, as well as lane 4. That's Hayden Hemmons out in a 28.3. We'll see how they go. Right, so we've still got Nicholas from Kings Beach in lane 1. On screen at the moment. Getting good streamlining underneath the obstacles. We've got Hayden Hemmings touching first in a 30.87. Hayden from Rocks. So it's between Hayden and Nicholas Pretorius at the moment. Looks like Hayden is slightly in front there. Right, Hayden turning in a 31.97. Followed very closely by Nicholas Pretorius in lane 1 from Kings Beach. So we've got Rocks and Kings Beach. Nicholas putting on a bit of gas there. So is Hayden. Hayden under very good streamlining. Good use of the legs underwater. So it's going to be Hayden Hemmings in an unofficial time of 2:02.68. It's a good time. Right, so our next heat, Heat 3, lane 1, Levi Ludick from Kings Beach, lane 2, Josh Stain, Hearties, lane 3, Rourke Lowe, Big Bay, lane 4, Nathan Brown, Kings Beach, lane 5, Edward Akanoscu, Hearties, lane 6, Ronan De Beer, Kings Beach, and in lane 7, Tayton Mills from Kings Beach. Just seem to have a bit of a technical issue with one of the obstacles in lane 7. Right, we are now off for heat 3 of 9 in the boys 14 and over 200 meter obstacle. Right, so just to recap, we've got Levi from Kings Beach, lane 1, Joshua Hearties, lane 2, lane 3, Rourke from Big Bay, lane 4, Nathan from Kings Beach, lane 5, Edward from Hearties, lane 6, Ronan from Kings Beach, and in lane 7, Tayton from Kings Beach. Out in front, it looks like it is Kings Beach and Big Bay. Yes, lane 1. That's Levi Ludek from Kings Beach, turning in a 37.31. Followed very closely by Nathan Brown, lane 4 from Kings Beach. We've also got Rourke Low from Big Bay, lane 3. We've had a change in the lead here, lane 3, that's Rourke Low from Big Bay. Coming in a 118, followed by lane 4, that's Nathan Brown from Kings Beach. Holding it out there in lane 3, Rourke Low from Big Bay, still out in the lead on the third length of this 200 obstacles. Okay, so that was Rourke Low in lane 3, turning in a 44.04. He's on his last length now. See what his time is going to be. So it's Big Bay out in front, followed by lane 1. That's Levi from Kings Beach. Rourke under the last obstacle. He's got 12.5 meters now to swim. And he touches in an unofficial time of 2:44.48. Second place we had lane 1, Levi from Kings Beach, and in third place we had Edward from Hearties Reflections. Right, we're on to heat 4, lane 1, Joseph Brading from Fishhook, lane 2, Livunia Nonzinyana from Summies, lane 4, Artwell Ngorbo, Summerstrand, lane 5, Praneet Nangakrama, Big Bay, lane 5, Callan Compton, Big Bay, lane 6, Xavier Falkers, Summerstrand, lane 7, Tony Bidoff, Kings Beach, and in lane 8, Heath Clark from Fishhook. We don't have Xavier in lane 6. And out in front, we've got Praneet in a time of 33.48 from Big Bay. Praneet doing nicely there. We've got Praneet, and then in lane 7 we've got Troy Biddle from Kings Beach also coming through. Kings Beach going down first. That's Troy Biddle in lane 7. Troy is going to tumble first here in a 38.28. So it's between Kings Beach and Big Bay at the moment. Right, so it's still Kings Beach and Big Bay, but it's lane 7 turning first. That's Troy Biddle from Kings Beach, turned in a 39.76, followed very closely by Praneet from Big Bay. Right, so we've got Troy Biddle coming in from Kings Beach in an unofficial time of a 2:30, followed closely by Praneet from Big Bay and Callan Crompton from Big Bay. Right, in the next heat, this is heat 5. In lane 1, we've got Evan Neft from Fishhook. Lane 2, Yoshito Tabata from Japan. Lane 3, Aya Brits from Mandeville Dolphins. Lane 5, Grant Neft from Fishhook. Lane 6, Christian van Heerden, Clifton. Lane 6, Callan McIntyre, Mandeville Dolphins. Lane 7, Shetner Reed from Kings Beach. Lane 8, Zach Simpson from Clifton. Right, in the water, heat 5, we've got Evan in lane 1 from Fishhook. Lane 2, Yusho from Japan. Aya in lane 3, Mandeville Dolphins. Grant Neff, Fishhook in lane 4. Christian from Clifton. Lane 5, Callan, Mandeville Dolphins. Lane 6, Shetner from Kings Beach in lane 7. And Zach in lane 8 from Clifton. To see who's going to tumble first here. It looks like it's going to be lane 6 in a 32.05. That's Callan McIntyre from Mandeville Dolphins. Callan out in front at the moment, followed closely by Christian van Heerden from Clifton. Callan out in front of lane 6 from Mandeville Dolphins, turning in a 36.25, followed by lane 5. That is Christian van Heerden. Callan out in front there. Callan still holding on to the lead there in lane 6. It's going to turn in a 37.89. This is a very good swim for him. Lane 5, that is Christian van Heerden from Clifton, but out in front is Kellen McIntyre from Mandela Dolphins. At 12.5 to go. 38.53 his last 50, followed by Clifton, Christian van Heerden. In picture there, Kellen McIntyre from Mandela Dolphins, winner of this heat. Right, we're moving on to heat 6 of 9. In lane 1, we've got Ruan Faber from Hearties. Lane 2, Matthew Breitling, Fishhook. Lane 3, Nathan Ordeer, Summies. Lane 4, Jan Lucas van der Westhuizen in Big Bay. Lane 5, No Swimmer. Lane 6, Jaden Allett from Clifton. Lane 7, Kian Blanche Clifton. And in lane 8, Miguel Ruben van der Merwe from Hearties. That's out in front. We've got lane 7. That's Kian Blanche from Clifton. Yeah, Clifton is going to turn first in a time of 31.56. Oh God. We've got the two Clifton boys as well as Big Bay, that's young Lucas in lane 4. So we've got lane 7 turning in a 33.92. That is Kian Blanche from Clifton. Followed very closely by Jaden Allett, also from Clifton. And out in front, Kian Blanche. And then we've got Jaden Allett. Right, so it's going to be lane 7 who tumbles first in a time of 36.09. And that is Kian Blanche from Clifton. Still out in front. Good underwaters under the obstacle. We've got Jaden trying to make up some ground there. And we've also got Jan Lucas from Big Bay coming in. Very good underwaters from lane 7. Kian Blanche finishing in an unofficial time of 2:16. Followed very closely by Jaden as well from Clifton and Jan Lucas from Big Bay. Right, we're moving on to heat 7. Heat 7, lane 1, we've got Ben Brinkman from Germany. In lane 2, Damien Angel, Summies. Lane 3, Daniel Miller, Clifton. Lane 4, Connor Bagley from Kings Beach. Lane 5, Clemens Volkop from Germany. Lane 6, Jack Allett from Clifton. Lane 7, Wade Bjerkes Fishhook. And in lane 8, Noor Lombard from Clifton. Out in this heat in lane 4, we've got Conor Bagley, who has represented South Africa in some of the international competitions, as well as Jack Allett. Noel Lombard in lane 8 is also one of our great surf athletes. But out in front at the moment, we've got lane 4, that's Conor Bagley from Kings Beach, turning in a 30.53. But it's Conor, Clements and Jack Allett, all three of them. Bit of a battle happening there between those three athletes. Right, so out in front we've got Jack Allett in lane 6, turning in a 32.56, followed very closely by Conor Bagley, as well as Clements from Germany. But Jack is really putting on the gas there. He's got a great kick on his third 50. Nice long stroke. Really uses his legs under the obstacles. Comes out nicely. Turns in a 34.49. Conor from Kings Beach, as well as Clements from Germany. So we've got Jack Allett really bringing in his kick now. We've got Conor Bagley chasing him from Kings Beach. It's Jack, Conor and Clements from Germany. But it's going to be little Jack Allett. Well done, Jack. Followed by Conor and Clements from Germany. Right, the penultimate heat of the men's 14 and over 200 meter obstacle. Lane heat 8, lane 1, Troy McWilliam, Clifton. Lane 2, Rashid Takada from Japan. Lane 3, Len Douglas, Kings Beach. Lane 4, Fabian Herman from Germany. Lane 5, Johan Millman, Kings Beach. Lane 6, Aidan Borman from Tix. Lane 7, Dion Dipper from the Summerstrand, and in lane 8, Luca Basson. Right, we've got some of our national athletes in this heat. Len Douglas McKay in lane 3 from Kings Beach. We've got Aidan Borman from Tux. So we're looking to some fast swims from these athletes in the penultimate heat. And we also welcome our swimmers from Japan as well as from Germany. In lane 2 we've got Rasai from Japan, and in lane 4 we've got Fabian from Germany. Right, and they're off. Right, we've got Aidan Borman out in front, as would be expected. That nice loping stroke of his. Got a very, very good kick on him, has Aidan. And he's going to turn first in a 28.90. He's followed by Lane Douglas. Next to Aiden, we've got Leon Dapper from Summerstrand. And Aiden's got exceptional underwaters under the obstacle. He comes in, turns in a 32.25, followed very closely by Len Douglas and Fabian Hermann from Germany. Out in front at the moment we have got Aiden Borman from Tux. It's making it look so easy. Third 50 and a 33.43. Those are good splits for Aiden at the moment. Chasing him down are Johan Moorman and Fabian Hermann. Apologies, it's Aiden out in front with an easy win for him, touching in an unofficial time of a 2:07, followed very closely by Johan Moorman from Kings Beach, as well as Fabian Hermann from Germany. This afternoon. Ciao. Right, we got the final heat now of the boys 14 and over 200 meter obstacle. In lane 1 we've got Liam. No, we don't have Liam. Right, lane 2 we got Nicholas Taylor from Summerstrand. Lane 3 Lucas van Eyser from Germany. Lane 3 Bryce Minderon, Kings Beach. Lane 5 So Komatsu from Japan. Lane 6 Matthew Brooker, Clifton. Lane 7 Craig McClement from Germany, and in lane 8 Aidan Mills from Tux. Right, in this heat we've got Bryce, Matthew and Aidan Mills, all who have represented South Africa in various teams over the years. So I am expecting Bryce to go out there in the fastest time. Bryce from Kings Beach, Bryce Minderon. He is in the blue cap. And his time's 30.07 for his first 50. Nothing really separating everyone else around Bryce. You got So from Japan, as well as Matthew Brooker. Out in front is Bryce Minderon from Kings Beach. Turned in a 1:02, so there was a 32.74 for his second 50. We've got lane 3 Lucas from Germany, as well as Sokomatsu from Japan. International athletes participating in this event. Right, so Bryce turned in a 34 for his third 50. It's like Aiden has also got exceptional underwaters for the obstacles. That's Sokomatsu from Japan, chasing Bryce down. We've got Bryce Minderon I'm going to win this relatively easily. Nice long strokes. 2:12, came back in a 35. In second place, we've got So Komatsu from Japan. Right, that concludes the morning session for the 2026 DHL South African Lifesaving Pool Championships. We will be back later this afternoon for the finals and also for our relays. Thank you to everyone who was tuned in and watching our coverage, our live streaming on YouTube.
Okay.